Spring Hollows, a little late. Hi guys, it's Crystal, and today we are swatching the Spring 2018 collection from ILNP. I actually should have swatched these sooner. When I got them, I used them for a tutorial, but I finally got the summer collection of Ultra Hollows, so I decided I still wanted to swatch these and get them out of the way and then do the Ultra Hollows. First up, we have Nexus. This is a raspberry holographic. At first I thought this was a linear holographic, but it's actually not. The base is more like the jelly hollows, but not really. It's a little thicker, a little more pigmented color-wise. This one is super pretty. It goes on really deceptively sheer in the first coat, but then in the second coat it built up perfectly fine for me, no issues, and completely covered. I actually took this, and my boyfriend has these batteries for the drones he flies, and I painted one of them with this color, and it looks really pretty. It's not too feminine over the black part of the battery. It's very nice. I'm a little odd. Okay, I wanted to just do something to hollow one of his drone parts, so I did. He told me I could hollow one of his drones, but I'm so indecisive that I haven't figured out which, color the drone should be, so it's just sitting there. There will never be a hollow helicopter in the sky. So sad. The next color we have is Celeste. This is a lilac holographic, and this one is super pretty. This is one of the ones I used in my tutorial that I did, I want to say a month and a week ago. I know it was over a month ago. When I first got these, the first thing I did was make that tutorial because I wanted to pair two of these colors. And then I didn't end up swatching them. I didn't even try them on swatch sticks. Like when the Ultra Holographics got here, the summer ones, I immediately started making color combos in my head, but I was like, wait, you should probably swatch these first this time. I keep doing things backwards. It's just, that's how it happens. This one goes on really light, but it dries just slightly darker. And in two coats, I was questioning whether or not I was still going to see that nail tip. But like I said, it dries slightly darker. So on the second coat, under my bright lighting, I couldn't see the nail tip. So I did not go in with a third coat, because if it's not showing under that bright lighting, it wouldn't really show in the sun either. It's just beautiful though. I love this color. I'm always a sucker for pinks and purples. Next we have Aerial View. This is the other one I used in the tutorial. This was an aquamarine linear holographic. And if you know anything about me, you know that linear holographics are my absolute favorites. I just think they're easier to work with for nail art and stuff. So I love having tons and tons of linear hollows because they don't end up with a texture. They're not difficult. You can reverse stamp with them. You can gradient with them. They're just the best thing ever. I think on Instagram the other day I actually shared in my story that my desk was covered in all these linear hollows because I had been doing different color combos and trying to figure out a tutorial I wanted to do. But I needed just the right shade of pink for it, and I hadn't found it yet. This goes on really well in two coats. It does dry a little darker than it applies. I think that applies for most of these colors actually. So it is so bright and beautiful though. When I put it on the second coat, I thought I could see some nail tip, and I barely could, but then once it had dried, once again, I really couldn't see it, so it wasn't that bad. Fourth, we have Chelsea. This is a rose gold holographic with, I call it a metallic holographic, because it's not just hollow glitters in this, it's also got those metallic bits. I'm not sure if I'm a really big fan of this color. I'm going to be 200% honest here. I am not a huge fan of metallic holographics, period. Metallics by themselves, okay. Holographics by themselves, of course, definitely. I don't like the mix. I feel like the metallic bits overpower the hollow, and then you don't get as pure, a color with it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, they're just not my thing. I mean, this is pretty. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty. The hollow in it is gorgeous and comes out really beautifully, especially in the macro shots I took. I really liked them. But it's just not my color. It's not something I could see myself wearing more than like a couple times if it matched something I was wearing for the day, or for like an event. This would be really good with like a black dress, just to make something sparkle on you. It's just not my color. Next we have Avalon. This is a light green holographic. This is kind of between a lime and an olive green, like right in the bridge between the two. Like if you mixed a really bright lime and you mixed a nice deep olive, you'd get this color. I didn't want to just call it a green, because it's not green, it's just a lighter green. It's very, very pretty. And I love the holo in this one. I think this would be so gorgeous for like, to reverse stamp some spring flowers over it. This did take 3 coats. I think this one and the last one both took 3 coats. This goes on and it's very sheer, and I could see a lot of nail tip coming through. And then on the second coat, you know, it builds up a little less nail tip going on, you know, not as sheer. And then we throw down a 3rd coat and it completely covers. It's gorgeous. It's all done and beautiful. And it's just popping. I mean, that's all I can say for it. On the 3rd coat, I really thought it was going to be like the jelly hollows and I was going to have that nail tip really, really showing. But I was actually surprised that it just barely seems to show through in the final photos. And in the macro shot, I really couldn't see nail tip at all, which was amazing and great. I really like this one. Last but not least, we have New Day. This is an ice blue metallic holographic. This one is just like Chelsea. It's pretty, but it's not my thing. Metallic holographics just aren't my thing. And this one took 3 coats. It goes on really, really sheer in the 1st coat, and it builds up okay in the 2nd coat, but I still saw some definite nail tip in the 2nd coat. And in this one, I feel like the metallics overpower the holo a lot more in this one than they did in Chelsea. In the rose gold, you could really see the holo coming out. The metallics kind of accented it. It was great. I feel like this one has more metallic than holo ratio going on in it, and that's why I was kind of like, eh. This is another one that like it would have to match something I was wearing really closely, or it would have to be like a special occasion where this would fit in, like a winter dance or like a winter prom or something. Just something, a dance and a prom are the same thing. So, you know, something like that though. It's pretty, it's just not my thing. Like, I don't think I'm gonna wear this more than a couple times probably, but I can admit that it is super gorgeous, just not my kind of super gorgeous. These are all available now. ILNPs are $10 each, and you can buy them in full collections. I have been asked before if you get a discount for the collection, and you do not, which I actually clarified in my blog post on this. If you want to see more pictures of these, the blog is linked in the description box. As always though, if you like this, give it a big thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button for more fun stuff and tutorials, and I will see you guys next time.